Oh, all right, guys, and welcome to Rob's Arcade. I am your host, Rob French, and it's time for our Wednesday midweek breakdown. Now, typically, this is when I come to you guys and just kind of hang out for a little bit and go over like what happened over the weekend and what's been going on. And I decided to do something a little bit different this week. Did a little bit of a like a Monday show to kind of wrap up the weekend and talk about the upcoming week and anything going on and just any kind of topic that was on my mind whatsoever. This week I want to do something a little bit different. Lately, my wife and I have been going to the comic book shop and to lunch together, and it's been a lot of fun. This is something I used to do by myself. Wednesday was always typically my day off, and it's just fortunate that Wednesday is also New Comic Book Day. So I look forward to getting up every Wednesday, making some breakfast, kind of hanging out, going to the comic book shop, and grabbing some new books. Now, unfortunately, or well, fortunately, however you want to look at it, my wife was recently laid off, and we've been able to do these things together, which I wasn't sure this was something she would actually be into. Just going to the comic book shop and hanging out with a bunch of other like gaming geek guys. But then I threw in the idea of like, well, let's go get lunch, and that pretty much like sealed the deal. Who doesn't want to go out and get a nice lunch, right? So we're going to try something a little bit different, and instead of hanging out here in the virtual world on this new format for the Wednesday midweek breakdown, we're going to jump out of the video game world and jump into the real world. Wow, there we go. Wow, did you feel that? I felt it. That was weird. All right. Well, here we are in Rob's Arcade. Welcome. I'm your host, Rob French. And like I said, we're doing something a little different today. We're going to be going live action with the midweek breakdown. Now, like I said, I was doing this midweek breakdown. Just kind of wanted to do basically like a weekly type of a talk show. Sit down with you guys, have some coffee, and just rap about a few things. One of the main things was kind of talking about the weekend, what you guys are up to, what I've been up to. But it didn't make a lot of sense to me to do this midweek. I mean, it's so in between either or weekend that doing it on Monday just seems to make more sense. You're coming out of the weekend, it's more fresh in your mind. So this week I've started doing my little GTA, kind of like I said, morning talk show, if you will. And I've also decided to start like incorporating some topics. Sometimes I would just kind of hang out midweek, not really have a whole lot to discuss, kind of just waking up with my own coffee, kind of getting my own thoughts together, if you will. And I think I'm going forward, like I said, I want to start, bringing up topics, issues people can kind of like, chime in on. And starting with these midweek breakdowns, I want to explore a little something different. Another part of it was like I didn't want to just sit in front of the camera and just talk to you guys. I wanted to kind of get out, do stuff, and give you something like a little different to look at, which is why I went with the GTA format. But lately, my Wednesdays have gotten a lot more fun and a lot more entertaining. Typically, my Wednesdays are, one of my days off for the most part. And I would basically spend them doing my little midweek breakdown and then heading to the comic shop to pick up some comics. Now, my wife's been working from home, so I have been hanging out with her as well on my day off, coming back, having lunch, maybe hopping in, playing some Fortnite with the fellas. But as of late, like I said, however you want to look at it, fortunately or unfortunately, my wife was recently just laid off. Now, that doesn't sound like great news, but it has given us a lot more time to hang out on Wednesdays. It's kind of like a bonus, like weekend day, if you will. So she's actually been going to the comic book shop with me, and then we've been grabbing lunch. We went to Mission Barbecue the first go around, and then last week we went to Carrabba's, which was really, really nice. Had some good Italian food. It's perfect middle of the day. Why not, right? Load up on some carbs and go pick up some comic books. Sounds like the perfect day. So since we've been doing this, I thought, like, instead of trying to get out in Los Santos in the GTA world, I'm actually going to get out in the real world and show you guys what we do, where we go, what we pick up, and take you on our little adventures through Wednesday and these little midweek breakdowns. And it's going to be a little bit of a different format. Instead of just rambling and just talking to you guys, we're actually going to break down here in the middle of the week and show you what's going on, talk about what's going on, show you what we're doing, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this. Like I said, I've had a lot of fun. Being laid off is never fun. People complain about having to go to work a lot of times, and it's never easy getting up in the morning to go to work. I find it's funny. I have no problem getting up at 7:15 in the morning to watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Fridays. I have no problem waking up at 5:30 in the morning to go to Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios in Disney World. But getting up at 7:30, 8 o'clock, even 8:30 to get up and go to work, I have to be there till like 10:30. It's so sad. But even that, it seems like such heartache. It's such an impossible thing to do. Almost like you were doing heroin the night before. Like, how do you even get out of bed by 9:30? Like, what was I? I was stayed up late last night eating popcorn and watching, Salute Your Shorts on Paramount's new streaming service. But I feel like I was up all night drinking and shooting up. So I don't know. It's just funny how you guys, like, you can kind of put these things in perspective, and what supercharges you. But where was I even going? I don't even know where I was going with this. Anyway, it's just been, I guess, a lot of fun. Like I said, hanging out with my wife. That's what I was talking about, going to work and stuff like that. That's right. But yeah, it's been nice. Nobody wants to be laid off, but I think that's where I was going with this. It's been nice to be able to hang out with my wife and spend, like I said, this extra day with her. We've had some fun meals, and she's just a lot of fun in the comic shop. A lot of guys in the comic shops are kind of quiet. We just kind of go in, we get our new books. We might have like a question or two, but it's very quiet. So I'm not going to say it's like a library kind of quiet, but it's a very quiet kind of establishment. And so she's a lot of fun. She's just in there just asking questions and, typical girlfriend, wife type volume. So anyway, I'm looking forward to today. We're also going to not only get lunch and hit the comic shop, but she's got a little side trip that she wants to make. I mentioned Disney World just a minute ago. We're huge Disney World people. And she's got a trip coming up in a couple of weeks. So I think she's looking to do some accessory shopping. So I think we're actually going to be heading to Carytown, which should be pretty interesting. So I don't know, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Keep watching, and let's see where this day takes us on our Wednesday midweek breakdown. Oh, it's trash day too. I hope I took the trash can outside. Alright guys, we are heading off to Richmond Comics for our first stop on our little Wednesday breakdown. I've been going to Richmond Comics for like 30 years. Not specifically this one, it's moved locations a couple of times, but I've been going there since I was about like 12, 13 years old, something like that. And it's been one of my favorite stores, and it's always been there. And it's fun now that my wife is going with me every Wednesday. Although, I kind of feel like a dork because you're all Star Wars'd out, and I got my Star Wars mask on, but everything else is like Disney. They're like all Star Wars out over there. I don't really match. I guess some people would say that Star Wars is Disney, but it's not like Disney. I should have like a Disney mask. Do you have your Minnie mask? Minnie Mouse?
My mermaid dress, it's that although it's form-fitting and with the Spanx that I got, it looks pretty good. It's just that I feel like I'm going to be self-conscious about it all night, especially once I start like drinking and eating, because that's when
you're going to get like once you start drinking, you're going to get less self-conscious.
Well, I mean, because then you start eating and then you go from flat to stomachy, and I just want to be comfortable. Like, I want to look good and be comfortable the whole night.
I think everybody at Disney wakes up feeling great and nice in the morning. Ooh, coffee, orange juice, nice refreshed, here we go. And I think then by the end of the day, everybody just feels like,
Yeah, but this isn't an after park stay. This is a Disney Springs night.
Yeah, no, I think you'll be fine.
I don't know. We'll see.
I think you'll be okay.
Maybe I'll find something else.
I don't think you need to find. I like the dress. I think it looks good.
I know, but maybe
it doesn't have to fit. Aren't you going like with the theme with everything?
No.
Oh no.
Not
this is like part of it. Oh, is this a different thing?
This is just to go out Disney Springs pre-Dapper Day. It's like everybody goes out Friday night to Disney Springs. It's like
there's a pre-game for Dapper Day.
Yes.
Holy shit. Things you learn.
Yeah.
This is exciting because when I go in there and I buy issue 2 of this comic book and I show my certificate, I get a free comic book with it.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
It is cool.
Redemption.
Cool.
Redemption. It's always raining. It's like Seattle.
So I read the first 3 issues of comics.
Okay, well, sadly, Berserker 2 got delayed, I guess, so they didn't have the free, like, comic book dealy thing going on. Hopefully maybe next week, but I did get some good titles, and right now we're on our way to Carytown to get some lunch. Once we get back to the actual arcade, I'll show you what I picked up from Richmond Comics today. We've made it to Carytown. Now we just got to figure out where to eat, and we got to do it quick because my wife's got to pee.
We already know where we're eating.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Galaxy Diner.
Oh, okay. She said mellow mushroom. You said daily. What was the other one? Oh, New York Deli. That's where we met, actually, is New York Deli. Fun fact. All right, I'm done with the Galaxy. That sounds good.
Ooh, Clementine at the top of the street. I wonder if they're open. Probably.
All right, guys, we just got some amazing burgers at Galaxy Diner. I had the Blue Moon burger. What did you get? What burger did you get?
The smokehouse burger?
Oh, the smokehouse burger, that's right. Both really, really, really good. Something would give us like some energy, but I'm just ready to take a nap. Give me the energy to go to bed.
Should cross with these people.
All right, so now we've done lunch. We're heading to Bygones, a vintage dress shop. So hopefully my wife can find something a little more vintagey for her dapper days at Disney. See what we can find. There's another vintage clothing right there. This is all the cool 70s funky stuff. Tiger King.
Because it's molded at the bottom, and no matter how many times I wash it, it's still molded at the bottom.
All right, guys. Well, we are back in Rob's Arcade. This has been, I guess I don't need this guy anymore. Well, this has been a really fun midweek breakdown. Last week I was actually thinking about it and just thinking to myself, like, man, it'd be really cool to actually kind of share what my wife and I do on our Wednesdays with you guys as part of the midweek breakdown. It's more now than just a midweek break. There's no more down. It's not like not a breakdown. It's just a midweek kind of break now. Are you down? Anyway, I want to thank my wife again just for kind of hanging out, spending time with me on my Wednesday run to the comic shop, and now incorporating this lunch out with my wife. It's just been, I don't know, it's made it a lot more fun, just a lot more enjoyable. And today we had a lot of fun. We did a lot more than we thought. We grabbed lunch at the comic book shop, as well as went to Bits and Pixels down in Carytown. They were closed for a little while, I guess, with COVID and everything, but they're open back up. It was a lot of fun to pop back in there. Hadn't been in there for a long time, and I don't know if you're into retro gaming, it's definitely a spot worth checking out down in Carytown. Grab some lunch from the Galaxy Diner, which was excellent, really, really good. Never a letdown, really, though. It's just a lot of just great, like, cosmic, interstellar, planetary twist on your classics, hamburgers, hot dogs, the typical diner food, shakes, that kind of stuff. So that was a lot of fun. And then also hit Bygones, where she found a lot of cool vintage wear, dresses, accessories to go for her trip to Disney World for Dapper Day. And it was a lot of fun hanging out there. I didn't think I would have that much fun at Bygones, but everybody there was really fun, really cool. Let me do a little quick pan, a little filming. And they were really, really helpful putting together a couple outfits with me and my wife. It was a lot of fun. Definitely would go back there and kind of hang out and do your little Pretty Woman montage again, if you will. Before I wrap this up, I do want to show you guys what I got from Richmond Comics. Really, really quick. My wife actually asked me if I would get her this really cool Star Wars mask. As you can see here, it's got like some like Darth Vader little Death Star, some looks like TIE Fighter action going on. Pretty cool. She was like, "Baby, you buy me this mask?" And I was like, "Yeah, baby, I got you. Don't worry, you my boo." Let's see here. This was a new title out this week. The Super Sons are back in time. Picked up a couple issues here, the variants, and I guess it's probably like your standard cover here. Super Sons are always it's always been one of my favorites. Peter Thomas's back writing this. I've actually got a couple. I think I got the first issue that he did of the Super Sons signed by him when I went to the last GalaxyCon. But this is always a fun read. Just it's kind of like a, the young Batman, young Superman stories and tales and everything. But really looking forward to jumping back into this. Love the artwork. Got the second issue of the Joker. This is lining up to be pretty neat. It reminds me a lot of the Batman Year One by Frank Miller, the way the text is done, especially with Gordon's inner dialogue, bubbles, and all of that. So I'm kind of hoping for a sort of Commissioner Gordon Joker Year One out of this story as well. But so far, this is shaping up to be a really cool book. Friend of mine, Tucker, recommended this title, and so far I've been enjoying it. First issue was really neat. Second issue from Children of the Atom. Not really sure where this is going. Don't really feel like these are mutants and X-Men. It's a part of the X-Men universe, but I don't know if these guys are actually X-Men themselves or if there's something else maybe going on with these guys. The Children of the Atom. Doesn't sound like they're mutants. Sounds like there's a little something else going on. Speaking of mutants, my favorite mutant is the new Wolverine. This has been a title I've jumped back into. Wolverine was one of the first titles that really got me into comic books as far as like superheroes go, like Punisher, Wolverine. Those were the two guys. And jumping back into his series, so far I'm really liking it. And I feel like if you were a Wolverine fan back in like the 80s and 90s, now is a really good time to jump back into the Wolverine title. It looks like the vampires are back in this issue. Now this didn't come out. Wait, was this something? Oh no, I'm sorry. For some reason I thought this was my Batman Urban Legends. No. This did come out this week. I was thinking of something else I picked up this weekend. But this came out today. This was the new title. This isn't Detective Comics Batman. This is Batman the Detective, which is a little mini series. Picked up a variant cover on this one as well, and really looking forward to this title. I've already flipped through the book a little bit. Andy Kubert does the artwork. I always love his stuff, and really funny story. My mother-in-law actually went to school, I think, and like grew up with Andy Kubert. Like she like knows Joe Kubert is just like, I think like Joe, like old man Joe or whatever. So really cool, really neat. Hopefully maybe one day I can maybe meet him, set up some kind of like cool meet and greet inside my book, Mr. Kubert. That'd be a lot of fun. Last but not least, the second issue of Incredibles 2, Slow Burn. I've always loved like Disney comics. Just growing up, it was always horror comics and Disney comics. Those were the two things I usually gravitated to. So this is the new issue of that. And these are always just fun. Just, really fun, light reads. Perfect for bathroom reading. Not to say that, God, that sounds so awful. Not to say that they're like toilet bowl stories, but let's face it, sometimes you're not in the bathroom very long, and like a Disney comic book is perfect because they kind of got like short stories broken up. I think that's kind of what I meant. Nice little short reads. God, that sounded so bad. They're not toilet books by any means, people. And then I picked up a couple of Lego minifigures just because why not? They're impulse buys, and it was an impulse. So there we go. Again, man, just want to thank everybody, my wife for hanging out, you guys for hanging out, watching this. Hope you like the new format. I'm still kind of playing with it a little bit, and next week, I might tweak it just a tad bit, but hopefully, you guys have enjoyed this. I have. It's been another great Wednesday off. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Going to be hanging out with my cousin tonight, helping him get his car running finally. Hanging out with my boy Nick from work. This kid's like a genius with automobiles, so Hopefully Nick can take a look at it, help my cousin out a little bit. And then, I'm just going to be cutting this video together and reading some new comic books, just hanging out with the wife, nice little dinner, and gearing up for the rest of this week. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that jazz. And until next time, guys, please remember, don't spend your quarter anywhere else. Thanks for hanging out. Bye. Rob's Arcade, where the games get played. The games get saved, so they get played another day. Here in Rob's Arcade. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Superman. I got like a billion Supermans. It's like 50th Superman I've got. What's in this guy here? Be another Superman. I'll be so mad. Oh, this is cool. This guy. I don't even, I guess like, the Yellow Lantern Sinestro. Whatever it is, guy.